Foreigners in Japan, for the most part, what is your impression of just irregular foreigners in Japan?
I know he wants to say they will never be on time.
Every time we have a party, somebody's got a birthday party, they said, okay, everybody come here, be here at 3. The person who is having the party will show up at 4:30, 5 o'clock. Everybody else will come so late. And I'm usually, today is an exception, but I'm usually on time for things, and it drives me insane. Because it's not just one person, it's like 70% of the people here. Yeah, I don't know if it's foreigners in Japan. I don't know if it's foreigners in Wakayama. I don't know if it's just the people who I'm friends with. But goddamn, it drives me insane. Do you have any complaints about foreigners in Japan?
Like, I feel like I don't see a lot of foreigners. Like, in general. You know what I mean? So, like, I don't have any complaints. Not really. I feel like Japanese government should prepare for foreigners, though. Like let's say medical.
That's a different topic.
Sorry.
I find that foreigners in Japan are not very friendly unless you get to know them. You know, like, whenever I see... Am I turning right here?
Yeah.
Whenever I see somebody walking down the street, I'm not saying if I'm white and you're white, we gotta be best friends and say hello. But obviously, like, our eyes automatically kind of drift to irregular things. And when that happens, our eyes meet. And when eyes meet, I feel like I don't go like this, hi, how are you? You know, but I say, like, I kind of acknowledge them. But 9 times out of 10, when I see another foreigner in Japan that I don't know, they will act like I am completely invisible. Which is ridiculous because, you know, I do the same thing to Japanese, and Japanese are a little colder than Americans. Mm-hmm. But usually, if I'm walking down the street and, you know, if our eyes meet, I'll usually say konnichiwa, or I'll say, you know, bow my head, and most of the time I'll get something back.
But I feel like it's the same to me, though. Like, when I see Japanese outside of Japan, like, I wouldn't say anything. Like, you know, even though you know, oh, he or she is Japanese.
For me, it's just like, I don't need you to, I don't want to say hello to you, I don't want to make small chat, but if our eyes meet, it doesn't matter if it's Japanese or American, Chinese, whatever. If our eyes meet for any amount of time, I feel like some small not hi, but just acknowledgement is necessary. And unless if I don't know a foreigner, 9 times out of 10, they'll just pretend like, they'll look at me like, why are you looking at me? Or they'll just completely ignore me. It comes off as kind of arrogant or rude to me. It seems like people aren't really good at taking care of themselves. Like they depend on everybody else around them to do things for them. You know, for example, like at the bar, like we go to a barbecue. There's people who've been here for years, but they still don't bring anything to a barbecue. They don't bring, you know, or if they bring something to a barbecue, they don't bring anything to cook with, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, is this your first time going to a barbecue?
I mean, like, you know, Japanese houses are small, so, like, there is, like, not a lot of space to contain your stuff.
Do you know how big our barbecue is? It fits in a pouch this big.
I know, but, like...
You are a Gaijin sympathizer.
No, I mean, like, I feel like he's kind of strict about it.
It rubs me...
I feel like if you were by yourself, I don't think you would buy, like barbecue stuff, except the small one.
When I was single, I had everything that I needed to have.
But, like, you are in Japan, like, you wouldn't, like, I don't think you would have a car.
No, I'm in Japan and I have a...
No, I mean, like, if you are single in Japan.
If I was single, I would have 5 motorcycles.
No, I don't think it's possible.
No, I'm just saying, like, if it was just me, my bike probably wouldn't be as nice as the one I have now, but if I was single in Japan, no doubt I would have a bike. But I just feel like the basic things, I feel like a lot of the people that come here, this is their first time doing anything outside of their family. You know, like this is like they moved out, they graduated college, and this is like their first time away from home. And I feel like a lot of people who over here are just not really ready to take care of themselves yet.
I feel like it's the same to Japanese though. In Japan, like kind of like Craigslist thing is not popular here, so I understand that.
You've got so many excuses. But I mean, but the people I'm talking about are people that have, it's not like this is the first time here and they're just fresh off the boat. Like they've been here for at least a year.
I know. But if somebody has something that they can use, like I wouldn't buy it.
I feel like people should be more self-sufficient. Straight left.
I wanted to say something about Gaijin in Japan, but
Say it.
I forgot. So I really don't know. Like, I can't tell if he or she, like, where they are from.
You can't?
I can't. You know what I mean? So I don't know, like, what language I should use.
I think English is a good universal, but I wouldn't just say like, hey, what's up, guy?
No,
I would be like, excuse me, if you want to talk to them, excuse me, do you speak English?
But like you say like a convenience store, like you don't like cashier would talk to me, or like you like
No,
try
so-
to use
So
English.
I don't mind when people speak to me in English when they don't know who I am and they don't know anything about me.
Yeah.
But if if you're struggling to say something to me in English and I reply to you in Japanese that you understand,
Yeah.
don't continue to use English with me. Like at that point, I feel like it's patronizing. I don't know. I've got this weird thing because I don't like when people are cold, but at the same time, I don't want you to talk to me just so you can practice your English. Do you know what I mean? This is another 2-lane road.
Insane.
What is this? Straight ahead.
Idagiso Jinja. That's the name of the shrine.
Is it cool? Left?
Left.
This one time, we were in Hiroshima at the train station, and I was on vacation. My sister was there, and we were walking through the station, and there was this guy, and he looked really worried about something, and he said, excuse me, can you help me? And I was like, oh, I don't know why you're asking me for help, because I don't speak Japanese very well, but yeah, sure, what do you need? And he pulls out this English like textbook, and basically his homework, and he says,
okay.
does this look right to you? Can you help me with this? And I started working on like the first problem, and then I was just like, what the fuck am I doing? Get out of here, you dickhead. And I was just like, no. Like I didn't tell him to fuck off. But as soon as I walked away and I started thinking about it, I wish that I would have just told him to fuck off. That pissed me off so much.
I feel like he's really getting bitter.
No, I am getting bitter. Can you imagine asking, just a stranger to do their job for free? Which, by the way, he didn't know if I was an English teacher or what I was.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. He was asking me to check his homework.
I know, but I feel like some people would feel the same way about that too.
You have an excuse for every person in the whole world, don't you?
No.
I was walking down the street. It's not like I was sitting down on a park bench, and I had lots of time. Like we were like looking to get into our hotel, and he stopped me and he said, "Hey!" He was like rushing me to help him with this thing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I could tell you that I was walking down the street and somebody pulled out a knife and cut my wrist, and you would say, "Well, he probably had a good excuse for doing that."
Go left at here.
Oba-chan. Sumimasen.